Hey everyone, I hope you're staying safe and being blessed. It's been a while, but it's good to see you once again. It's mainly due because I made a vow to myself that I wouldn't post anything on social media until I post something on the subject of Black Lives Matter. So, what I decided to do is to break up the subject into different segments. Today's segment is going to be on where I think Christians should stand in this controversial subject of Black Lives Matter. So, let me start off by saying that Jesus is coming soon. We know this because of the signs of the times. As it says in Matthew 24, nation shall rise against nation. That means race against race, people group against people group. As time draws closer to an end, we're going to see more of a separation of people that love God and people that love themselves and the world. In the parable of the wheat and the tares, we see both of those kinds of people. In the beginning, we don't know who's going to be a wheat and who's going to be a tare, so they're allowed to grow together. But over time, the process of separation is the decisions that they make. I believe that what's going on in the world today is actually part of that process of separation. Some people may think that this is actually the cause of some sort of racial divide. Well, I don't see it like that. I see it as simply revealing what's already in the heart. And if this doesn't sound like Christ because it's divisive, well, Jesus himself says this in Matthew 10:34 through 36. Do not think that I came to bring peace on the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, a mother against their daughter. A man's enemy will be those of his own household. He also says, if you are not with me, you are against me. Whoever does not gather with me scatters. So now we need to know just what is God's way. When Jesus began his ministry, his mission statement was this. Luke 4:18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives and recover sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed. My friends, now's not the time to be silent or indifferent. There are only two groups of people, and the Bible says that you will know them by their fruit. John 13:35 says, by this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. This is the spirit of self-sacrifice, compassion, empathy, even for someone you may not necessarily relate to, and love for one another. You remember the parable of the Good Samaritan? A man lay beaten on the side of the road, half dead, bloody, and all these religious folk decided to pass by him for whatever their reasons were. But the Good Samaritan decided to put his burdens, to take this man's burdens and place them upon himself. And this is what I believe that Christ wants us to do, my friends. If someone is in need, we should bear their burdens and not grow weary of doing good. In the book of Acts 2:43 through 47, the early church says that they had all things in common. And I don't necessarily believe that it's talking about just the physical, but I believe it also included in their burdens as well, their physical needs and their emotional as well. They dealt with everything that they had to deal with as one body. In Matthew 9:36 through 37, as I conclude, it says, but when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion for them, because they were weary and scattered, like sheep with no shepherd. And then he said to his disciples, the harvest truly is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, pray to the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. My friends, I pray to God that he may send laborers, because when we have people that are hurting, we shouldn't have to be deciding on what side we need to be on. We know already. because that's the way that Jesus did things. I pray that this message has inspired you to help someone in need, no matter the circumstance. But we know what's going on today in America, and this what's been continually going on throughout history. Let's put an end to this very, very soon. In Jesus' name.